Hi, I'm Scrapchallenge, and this is on the Films Hatventures server, and this is my creative plot. You can see part of my castle keep behind me. I've got Boingy's plot there, we've got Redstone Crafts Guy's plot there, and this is mine. So, let's switch back into first person mode and take a look around. I'm just going to do a bit of a fly past overview of a lot of it. Chunks will load and unload. So what we've got here, I'm going to do a more detailed walkthrough later, is a gatehouse to the inner ward of the castle. We've got a half-timbered hall house there. That's hall, H-A-L-L. We have the barn, we have a stable extension, we have the chapel, we have a guest wing, and of course this great big keep. Let's just go through the whole house and you can have a see the inside. We've got a cross passage here. We always have a buyer on the right, which is a stable, and on the left you always have the hall, which is this with my lovely hammer beam and queen post roof. It's my Celtic knot on the floor, which is deceptively simple. It was a lot more difficult to do than it looks. It was a right nightmare, to be honest. So let's go through the other side. Into the bright sunny morning. We have this is the kitchen wing, this is the servants' quarters, this is the barracks with stables underneath and a watchtower. So you can see some of the stables in here with straw on the floor, got mangers and water troughs there. So as I said, I'll go a bit more in depth into the castle later. We have a bit of a kitchen garden down here. I love the reflections on the water you get in this shaders pack. That's a good sort of overview. This is the formal garden, which is rather pretty. Barn, and then here we have the town ward. Now you can tell which ones are my builds because we all tend to have the same kind of building style. I've just mixed up the materials a little bit, so I tend to do the half timbered and vary the use of timbers and the infill and the footprints of each building. Now I haven't done any furniture anyway yet. I'm literally just getting structures down. I'll go around and do set dressing later. So we've got, you know, a cellar here, a house on top. Not all of them are designated a use yet. I'll think about that later. Some of them do, some of them don't. But in the meantime we have some rather delightful half-timbered houses. This one over here is partly furnished. Pinky P11 on the server kindly fitted out some of the rooms for me in this one, and she's done, you know, a really lovely job on it. We've got a kitchen in here, for example, if I can negotiate doorways, with a cauldron hanging over the fire, and you know, chopping boards and such like, and mushrooms, and you know, it's rather lovely. So back into this bright sunlight. This is the Barbican. I have redstone portcullises. There is a craft book plugin on this server which allows you to have working portcullises of pretty much any size you want. I built this before I knew about that, so I was sticking to my old faithful redstone contraptions, which Fraps doesn't like apparently. We'll leave those alone for now. So here we have Vandrin built a little house, which is, well, it's not actually a house, it's his weapons shop, because I wanted to get some guest builders in on this. Otherwise all of the buildings are going to look the same style by me, and I wanted to mix it up a little bit, so I've been asking some friends if they would mind coming and building some things. So this, for example, you see a few more of this type as we go on later. This is built by Boingy123, who does this lovely sort of Scandinavian style cottage. Now he has a plot next door to me as well, where there's a lot more of this type of building, so it's nice that we can actually start to join our plots up and they still have the same theme going on. The thing in the middle is a bit of an aberration. It was an accident. I didn't mean to build it. It just sort of happened. I built it before I built anything else here, including the castle. I didn't really mean to, but now I've built it, I don't really want to destroy it. It's a sort of a temple to a pyramid sort of thing. And it just sort of happened by accident. It just kind of fell out, you know? You don't mean to build something and then something happens, but as I said, I'm not going to destroy it now, so it just has to sit there looking like a bit of an anachronism. So, over here, we have the hotel. We have Flingbing's house, which is a really delightful house. I think in one of my other videos I'm going to show you one of Flingbing's builds, which is on the creative part of this server and is undoubtedly the best Minecraft build I've ever seen in my entire life, bar none. It will blow your mind. And I was really quite honoured when he agreed to, you know, come and build something on my land, albeit, you know, a modest little house rather than something epic like he's used to building. But, you know, I was really quite pleased that he agreed to, you know, come and contribute to my little plot as well. So you can hear a bit of fire going on, and that's because we've got my forge here. I like doing forges because I used to actually train to be a farrier myself when I was younger, which meant I've worked in a lot of forges. We don't normally have lava in forges, but you know, what the heck, who cares? Now this is Prof Unicycle's rather wonderful foundry. The foundry he built by accident, he didn't really mean to. He started building these big brick chimneys and fireplaces. I said it looked a bit like a foundry. He wasn't sure what a foundry was, so he had a look at some photos and said, oh yeah, let's do that. So this happened, which I think is amazing, because we've got the crucibles here, full of, you know, molten metal, pouring out and setting on the floor in great big bars. And I really love this build. This is one of my favourites. It's very moody and industrial. It works really well. So, I said you'd see more Boinky-Doo buildings. This is Boinky's Tavern, which again is rather delightful. He said he's still got some work to do on the interior here, but we've got some, you know, bedrooms up there. We've got the bar. Oh, we've got a glitch. Sorry, glitches. We've got the cellars down there, which I guess we'll get some beer barrels in later. And if we go out into the blinding midday sun again, let's fly back this way. I want to save the best till last. It's quite a big plot. That's just a temporary wall which we're putting ideas on and things that need building. That's the back of the hotel. This is Super Andy's house. Which again is just a guest builder who agreed to build something on my plot, which is rather nice. Now Prof Unicycle, who did the foundry, built this lovely town hall for me, although he did ask me if I would build the interior, so I've done the interior, he's done the exterior, but nonetheless it is rather lovely. He's also decided that, you know, this wing is going to be the distillery, because I said we wanted a distillery. So that's going to have some industrial looking things in the middle of it. It's got this gorgeous clock tower here and the pennant. It is a really lovely build. It's huge on the inside, of course, so I've had a whale of a time fitting rooms into it. We've got a lovely little courtyard garden here, which I did. I'm not going to bother going inside it yet, because it is, you know, a big place, and it's a bit of a mishmash at the moment, because everything here is still work in progress. Now, the Coffee has built this alchemist's house. Alchemist shop even. Let's just jump over the counter here. Where is he? I'm trying to turn lead into gold and such like down here. If we go upstairs, we have a, you know, little bedroom and sitting room and a glitch. Oh dear. Please ignore the glitch. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, there's a hole in the world. Let's just ignore that, shall we? Boingy-Doo, yet another one. We have a butcher's shop here. Which again, it's not quite finished yet, but it's still a lovely little themed house. Right. Minecraft days do not last very long, do they? Umimu has built this auction house for me. Although because in creative they've disabled animals and NPCs and such like, we couldn't have any cows and horses, so I assume he's answered to the cows that are for sale in the auction house. I think they're quite sweet. Right, so the sun's starting to go down. What should we look at next? Oh, I can't remember. I have a little thatched hovel there which I built. This is built by Triss. I think it still needs a bit of work on it. This is going to be the marketplace that Mosaic is building. So you see we've got some stalls there already and some carts. He's going to come back and build some more. This is our big tithe barn, which is full of hay and straw. Over here we have the livery stables for the town. And across the road we've got, you know, another stable block and barn with some straw in it. And as the sun sets, we have a farmhouse, we have a windmill built by Mike 24B. The innards are done by Demo Man to make it look like there's actually some, you know, industry going on here. Umimu built this delightful little corner tower for me, which I love. And then in the opposite corner, there's a tower which I've built. Actually, before we get there, this is Yogi's courthouse and jail. So you have a gibbet on the end with a rotting body inside it. There's a very beautiful building. So we go inside. We have a cell for chaining people up in. More jail cells downstairs where we've got, you know, blood spatters on the floor, you know, a pit in the corner and some benches to lie on. Spooky noises. And if we go upstairs we can see the courthouse. I've been doing screen grabs of this all day as well for uploading to albums. So here's the courthouse. We even have the dock here. And of course we've got a courthouse, you've got to have somewhere to punish the wrongdoers. So we have the gallows, the working trapdoor. I haven't got anyone to demonstrate with at the moment, so I'll just do that. And then we also have this is our makeshift guillotine. I'm going to have to show my inventory again here just so I can show you how this works. You get somebody who's going to be beheaded or have their head squished here. Just there. And then let's try that again. Bit glitchy, but you get the idea. You drop the anvil on the heads. I'll just reset it there. So we have a fresh head there, with blood around it. So we have a fresh head, a rotting head, a skull, a rotting skull, and clarinet chick left. Clarinet chick even left a corgi head there. This is one of my corner towers. This is the newest build. It's nowhere near finished yet. I was literally flinging this up yesterday. This is going to be the school. Have a quick look inside, but just like everywhere else, there's no furniture anywhere yet. You'll be probably wondering what the blocks are I've used for infill here. These blocks are a special block. They're a double stone slab. Now, they're not something you can actually get even in creative. They are a bit glitchy when you use them. How I obtained them was being given them by one of the mods on the server. Now here we've got double stone slabs what the roads are made out of. I continue to make the roads on my plot with them, but it's rather tedious using stone slabs, so one of the mods turned up and very kindly gave me a double stone slab block to use. So that was nice. Now here we have the vicarage. Here we have the graveyard, in which most of the players that we interact with on server have got their own gravestone and their own unique cause of death. Many in-jokes going on here. XPO drowned in maple syrup. Clarinet chick trampled by corgis. Oh, we also have the Sir's graves here. Also, if he exploded. Sir Trotimus choked on a fish. Honeydew dug too deep. Some of these are probably just not very safe for work, quite honestly. There's my grave. Trampled by evil ponies. So, here we have the church, which I'm quite proud of. I kind of wish I'd built it about 3 times bigger and I wish I'd gone for a full cathedral. As it is, a bit of a mini cathedral. But it's still nice. Should have built it bigger, but it's okay. So let's have a look inside. Now the floor was built by Van Dren, who based it on the floor in my hall house. If you look up, that was inspired by Durham Cathedral, just having the lovely tower on the transept that just look up and up and up. So let's go up here and look down. Isn't that lovely? The stained glass doesn't work as wonderfully in the texture, well, not texture pack with the shaders as it could do, but it's still rather nice. You've got the galleries over here. And now we need to go downwards, down into the vaults, into the crypt, where we also have an ossuary. Now I dug out underneath here with a bit of help, and Prof Unicycle, who did the Courthouse and the Foundry, did this rather delightful crypt for me. Now I'm going to be careful because I got a glitch down here earlier when I was doing some tests with fraps. There's the ossuary, which is where you put the bones. Prof Unicycle decided that he wanted to be buried down here. He decided that his grave above ground was not suitable for a man of his standing. I do love the light level he's got down here, it's nice and moody. Now let's exit out this way. There is going to be a lot of vaults and crypts and tunnels underneath all of the town by the time we're finished. Yogi built this little mausoleum down here, so we've got some caskets and bones. When you come out in the graveyard again. Now, how close are we to sunrise? Let's have a look. Oh, not too far off, which is good, because I would like to show you a rather delightful build in a minute, which has made the rest of my plot look a bit maff really. This is the back of the foundry that Prof Unicycle built. So you can see the coal pile. He's actually used obsidian instead of coal just because it looks a bit better. And you can shovel all the coal into the furnaces there. That's a little shed for the workmen. Feels nice and toasty warm here. It is actually snowing a blizzard outside right now, so even virtual warmth is welcomed very much right now. So let's have a quick look inside here while we're waiting for sunrise. Just sort of put a lot of rooms in, no furniture yet, but it's going to be in the nature of town halls, to be quite big and complicated and have lots of offices and peculiar things going on. If I go over here, this is over the archway that has a road underneath it. This is going to be the distillery in this section. So we've got a big double height room here, more room under there. And I think the sun's going to come up shortly. So now we get to show you this corner. Now I built the corner tower And then Demo Man built the landscaping and his lovely cottages and this water mill. There's a water wheel with the cauldrons representing the sort of buckets of the water wheel. Sorry about that. There's my corner tower, which is lovely with the sun rising. And then here is this wonderful landscaping and the bridge and the river. We've still got some empty plots we have to fill yet. We'll get onto those later. And these lovely little houses. And look at the reflections on the water with the shader pack on. Isn't it lovely? I've actually currently got pretty much this set as my desktop wallpaper right now. It's not even my build, most of this, but I still love it. Better than my own builds. So there we go. That is my creative plot. I need to do one of the inside of the castle, which is quite a lot to take in, so I'm not going to do it in this one. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I'll just have a quick run through. Go on, let's show you after all. That's the base of the keep. The walls are 3 blocks thick, so we've got a lot of depth to the windows, with the stairs and the thickness of the walls. Oh, lovely light on the ground there. At this level the windows can be a bit bigger because they're out of range of most missiles. And above this level the tower splits into 4, a little bit like Dover Castle. So we can go up here. Here's the 4 towers. Got some bridges between the towers, which are more of a French thing. You don't really see those in English castles. Just inside one of the towers. It's the top. And this is the cap house on top of the tower with a huge glitch in it. Let's just ignore that, shall we? There we go, that's better. Sorry about this. So yeah, there's the castle keep. There's a lot of redstone contraptions behind it that belong to Redstone Craft guys, so it's not the best view, just that direction. There we go. I shall land in front of my fabulous fountain. Somebody else built this for me, but I do love it. So, there we go. There is my castle, glitches and all. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to do some more walkthroughs of my builds, both on the server and on my offline worlds. And hopefully I shall be uploading those in the coming weeks. Bye for now.